Hello, I'm going to do the Capricorn energy reading, and this may or may not resonate with you. If it does, take the parts that do resonate. If it does not, leave the parts that do not resonate, as those may be meant for someone else. All right, so we're going to get our animal oracle card, and we're going to look at what you may possibly be struggling with. Ooh. Giraffe spirit, see the big picture. All right. What you may need to look at. What does Capricorn need to look at? What does Capricorn need to see? Know your worth. And possible future energies for Capricorn. Eagle spirit, spirit has your back. Bottom of the deck, cow spirit, the miracles are endless. I love that. I think the cow looks so cute. The miracles are endless, and I love that energy, you know. The miracles are endless. Believing in that happiness, right? Believing that miracles can happen. All right, so what you may possibly be struggling with is seeing the big picture. Sometimes we get so caught up in the details that we're not really seeing. You know, sometimes we get so frustrated that we feel like we keep trying and trying and trying and trying, but we're not really seeing the big picture of a situation, that we're not really seeing that this is going to be beneficial for us in the long run. What you may need to look at is knowing your worth. Sometimes this also could represent that you are caught in a situation where you have rose-colored glasses on, where you're not really seeing the big picture, like you're not really seeing what's going on because you're caught in the middle of something. If you have a lot of people around you that are saying things like, well, you need to look at this, or you need to see this, or, you know, do you realize what's going on? Or if you have a lot of people around you saying that, then maybe it's time for you to take a step back and see the big picture and say, well, you know what? Maybe they're right. Maybe I need to see that, right? Knowing your worth. What is important to you? Is this beneficial to you? Future energy, spirit has your back with the eagle, which is success and victory and freedom and independence, right? Making your own decisions and believing that the miracles are endless. Okay, so let's grab some tarot. I'm going to grab my vice versa tarot, which has images on both sides of the deck. I would say this deck took me the longest, which I'm still not 100% with it, but it's taken me a really long time to kind of figure this deck out, and to read the energies. And I would say this deck is really cool, but it's definitely taken me a while to kind of feel the energy and work this deck out. Anyways, blah, blah, blah. So, Knight of Swords. Struggling with Knight of Swords, and definitely struggling because he is surrounded, right? He's in a storm, right? He's in the middle of a storm, and he's trying to battle through, and there's a lot of darkness, and there's a lot of heaviness to this, right? Trying to struggle to see the big picture. What else is Capricorn struggling with? So I just kind of saw this card. So we have the Nine of Swords. Wow. Nine of Swords. Seeing the lightness, right? Seeing through the challenges. All right. And what else is Capricorn struggling with? What else do we have Capricorn struggling with? All right, so we have a whole bunch of cards coming out here, but I saw this one here. So we have the Six of Swords. Swords, lots of thinking, could be overanalyzing or not analyzing it, not seeing it, struggling with this Six of Swords where, you know, has the cup, she's feeling sad. She's holding on to the cup, emotions, feelings, getting to calmer waters, coming out of the cave, right? They're coming out of the darkness. They're coming out of some cave, and they're coming into calmer waters. All right. And then what do you need to look at? We have the Nine of Wands. He's definitely beat up, right? His helmet's on the ground. He's all dirty. He's kind of beat up. He's got a bandage on his head. But we have this brightness here, right? We have this, it's all torn up. Knowing your worth, like you've been through a lot, right? Do you feel like you've been through that battle, right? Do you feel like you've been through a lot? Do you feel, is there things that you can change so that you can get yourself back on track, so that you're not feeling beat up, you're not feeling tired, you're not feeling run down? We have the Six of Pentacles, sharing, communicating. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles, new beginnings, new starts. We've got some people talking here. This person has their hand below the pentacle. Aces is new beginnings, new starts. Could be with a job. Seeing the big picture. Is your job, is it something that's going to be there for the long run? Or seeing the big picture of your job is that maybe you're not happy or you need change. All right, future energies. We have number nine, which is the Hermit. Looking within to find those answers. And then we have the little snake on his walking stick there, which represents knowledge. There's a snake around this egg. His robes are all tattered and torn. He has his light shining his light on what's right in front of him, right? That's that side. His robes look newer and they kind of look better there, but here they look more tattered. All right, what else do we have here for future energies? I just feel like you've been through a lot with this and that. We have the World card. And then what else do we have? We have the Knight of Swords. Determination, rising above a situation, because he's up above all of these things. But he's ready to charge forward. His robes are looking really good. They're all put back together. I feel like you're kind of feeling like you were beat up, right? You've been through a lot, but you've looked within and you found answers, and you're shining light on directions that you want to go on, right? And you're finding that freedom. But then you start feeling a lot better, because I feel like he's more in control here. And then the bottom of the deck, we have number 14, which is Temperance. Patience, compromise, taking time out. All right. So let's see, let's grab some more cards here. What do I want? Let's grab these. Knowing your worth, that you deserve more. I feel like it's you deserve more than whatever this energy is here. I just feel like you're really struggling. Like these cards here are very gray. They're very dark. I mean, the swords are light, but I feel like it's heavy energy here. But I feel like the energy gets lighter as we move on here. We have the Strength card, Leo. Confidence. Eight of Swords, holding yourself back, right? Are you holding yourself back? Confidence, is that lacking? Ready to move forward. You're ready to face a situation, because Eight of Swords can be like, okay, I'm ready. Like you don't make a move until you're ready. But I feel like maybe you're more ready now, after you've kind of processed this, and then you realize that you're ready for some change. Two of Pentacles, finding that balance. For some reason, I feel like it's career. Something with your career or your job that you're not happy with. That's kind of affecting you in all different areas of your life. We have the Hierophant, Taurus. belief, faith, a strong foundation. The Hermit, which we have the Hermit over here. Looking within to find those answers. There's the snake there on the path. He's shining a light on it, and he's like, how do I get past this? Up here, the snake is over here, right, on the side, and over here, the snake is in front. But I feel like this way, that it's almost like that knowledge and wisdom, there's something's blocking you within that, right? Here, I feel like it's kind of to the side. But here, it's stopping you and it's blocking you. We have the Knight of Wands, kind of leaving that volcano behind, right? And focusing up here in the front. Knight of Wands is actions and directions and movement. But we have the volcano in the back that's exploding, and, you know, you're leaving that behind. It's still within, right? We can still see it. We can still feel it. We still know that it's around us, but we're not going to let it block us, as in right here where it's stopping us. And it's kind of finding those answers in that direction to get past it, right? That we know that it's still around us, but we're going to ignore it and we're going to keep moving forward. We have Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles, I feel, is a very grounding energy, a very calming energy. It can also represent a best friend, a partnership that's very grounding. It's very satisfying. And I feel a calmness. As soon as I saw her card, I felt some calmness. Then we have the Sun, which is beautiful. So we have the World and we have the Sun, which is positive energy. It's positive outlook, right? It's moving towards this where we're ready to handle things and ready for change, right? You have some change coming in. You have some, I definitely feel that there's a big change from over here, this heaviness, to over here where there's this brightness, grounding energy, feeling stabilized, feeling that you can handle things, that you can take on things. Bottom of the deck, we have Five of Wands, is that back and forth, that fighting, that battling, that friction. So I feel that this goes with the volcano, this goes with the snake here, this goes over here with this Nine of Swords, this dark energy, kind of battling with things, feeling heavy, feeling gray. And that's what we have in life, is those challenges. And how do we face those challenges? How do we handle those challenges? Do we let them consume us and stop us and block us and put us in this volcanic energy? Or do we kind of face them, we challenge them, we figure out how do we get past them, and we say, yeah, I'm confident now, I want to move past this. I don't want this to consume me anymore. I don't want this to take over my life. I don't want this to affect me anymore. And now I'm ready for change, and I'm ready to make those changes. You know, if it's a job or it's a career that you're not feeling happy, it doesn't mean you have to leave it today, but it could be, hey, let me explore different options. What would I like to do? If I could do anything, what would I like to do? And start looking into that and start seeing, well, you know, can I make that career path change? Can I, you know, if I want to start my own YouTube channel? Well, instead of just talking about it, well, let me see, what does it really involve? What does that really mean? That if I want to do, you know, social media, or I want to do, you know, drop shipping, or I want to do, you know, something where I feel like I'm more independent and I'm more in control of things, what does that mean to me? You know, do I want to sell things on eBay, be an eBay seller? I don't know. Whatever that is that you may want to do. And really start taking the actions to look into it and see, how do I make it happen? You know, and then maybe that becomes a side job, right? And you make a little extra money with that. And then all of a sudden you start focusing more and more on that. And then that becomes your main source of income. And that's something that really makes you happy, right? This Ace of Pentacles, something that really makes you happy because you're in control of your own finances. I know I'm a Capricorn Sun and a Capricorn Rising, and I know that I like being in control. I've always wanted to have like my own business. I've always thought of that. Like, I like being in control. I personally don't like, you know, a corporate where you have to follow certain rules and regulations. I mean, obviously those are there for a reason, and I've definitely had those jobs where it's been very helpful, but it's like, I like to be my own corporate I like to make my own rules. I like to do my own thing. I like being in charge of that. I've always had that. And I feel like that's kind of Capricorn, is Capricorn likes to have their own directions and be in control of things. I'm not saying every Capricorn, but I'm just saying that I know a lot of Capricorns that have their own businesses. And they like being in charge. They like, setting the rules. They like, feeling like they're in control of things. And I feel like that's what's kind of going on here. As far as career, I'm thinking that, maybe you're like kind of, I'm feeling empty. There's a piece missing. I want something more. I'm not sure what it is, but maybe that is your own business, right? Whatever that may represent for you. And to have that own business, to search within. And if I could have my own business, what is it? What would I like to do? What would I like to focus on? What makes me happy? What do I feel I can put 100% energy and effort into, and start researching that, and then slowly finding those answers, those directions, and narrowing things down, and then trying things out, right? And seeing how that works and how that feels. You never know unless you try, right? You can think about it all you want, but you have to take the actions and try. All right, so let's close out with a Whispers of Healing. All right, we have Seek Seclusion. Seek seclusion. I almost feel like sometimes we need to kind of step away from everything, right? Because he's kind of in seclusion here, but he's looking at how bright the swords are and kind of finding those answers and those solutions. I feel like sometimes we need to step away and kind of have that time to ourselves, and not have the clutter all around us of the noise, like the phones and kids and family, and just going to a place. Sometimes it's just driving in a car, where sometimes you can come up with a lot of answers and solutions to yourself as you're driving, right? That you really start thinking about things and you process things because you're by yourself and you're driving, and you're having that alone time, you're seeking that seclusion, and you're able to come up with some solutions, and always believing that the miracles are endless, that anything is possible, that if you believe in that, you embrace that, you keep repeating that, and you're in that energy, that things will happen for you, that you will manifest those, because you are opening those doors for the universe to bring those things into you. It may not be the way or the time that you think it should be, but I still feel that it opens the door for those things to happen. All right. Thank you so much for watching. As always, stay positive, stay safe, and I will see you next time.